అశ్వత్థామహత కుంజర. అశ్వత్థామ చనిపోయాడు కానీ వాడు ఏనుగు అని చెప్పాడు. ఆ ఏనుగు అనేది వాడికి నచ్చుకున్నాడు. సో సిమిలర్లీ Galileo report said, yet it moves, that earth moves like the sun. అదేమి లేదు అని చెప్పిన గట్టిగా చెప్పి yet it moves అని నెమ్మదిగా చెప్పాడు. But how much we accomplished this thing? It's an age of wonder. We all need to celebrate that. I know there are so many worries, there are so many concerns, there are moments of despair and cynicism. But I think there's a lot more to celebrate than to be despondent about. That brings me to the second point. Education. We are all in this wonderful institution, which was in its glorious days one of the premier institutions of the combined state of Andhra Pradesh and South India and probably in the country. But we haven't moved with times. I remember around 2000, I think, I was at MIT in Cambridge, Massachusetts, interacting with several scholars and students. Many Indian professors of Indian origin, they met me and they said, look, we're all in the retirement, our children are well settled, we want to give something back to India, the country that made us. I said, what would you like to do? They said, we would like to come to India at our own cost, teach the best courses that MIT can offer free of cost to the university students, engineering students in India. I was excited. It was a wonderful offer. I called up vice chancellors, the JNTU vice chancellor, and the other vice chancellors. You know what they said? Sir, UGC's rules, sir, norms, sir, qualifications, sir. A priceless opportunity like that was squandered. Just to give an example, it's not mainly about resources. Of course, money is required. Of course, physical infrastructure is required. But the greatest resource in education is human mind. Everything else is secondary. That resource has not been harnessed. Let's be truthful. We are consumers of knowledge. We are not creators of knowledge, except in the margins. And yet we have the potential. All of you are great standing testimonies of what is possible. We are not inferior to anybody else. We just have to create the conditions.
But getting an opportunity is a problem.
Charles Eliot, who was the president of Harvard for about 40 years, in his formative years. At that time, Charles Eliot talked about the elective system, credit transfers. Now, at long last, our national education policy talks about credit transfers and electives. Now, about the last country on earth to embrace that. And even that is still on paper, though the national education policy is 6 years old. Dr. Kasturi Rangan and his team did a very good job. I interact with them intimately. In fact, I was the first one to interact with them after that commission was constituted. And sadly, my last lunch was with Kasturi Rangan just a few weeks